What is happening, guys? This is Monster Chappie. We're back for some 2K ranked match, and this is actually my last match before the patch drop there on the 19th. A lot of goodies in the patch, so that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. We're going to be talking about 2K gameplay, going to be talking about the patch, we're going to be talking about some of the better teams on the game, and some of the things like that. So first off, let me first and foremost say, very happy with the patch thus far. The biggest thing to me that they patched that was not even mentioned in the detail, I will actually leave the details of the patch, a link to it in the description below. So if you want to see everything that they patch, you can go ahead and check it out. They got a long list. There's a long list. There's a pretty solid size list, like 15 notes for each thing: gameplay, my career, you know, my GM, those types of things. There's a lot of those types of things. And if you're on Xbox One, looks like they patched up a lot of just maintenance type issues. But as far as the game goes itself, the biggest thing I think, in my opinion, that affected the game was that they patched the playbooks and they fixed them. Offline and online, excuse me. They patched the playbooks. Now, how do the playbooks work now? You have to use the team playbook of the team that you're using, which is completely fine. I don't have an issue with that. I would like to see in the future be able to use whatever team's playbook you got, or whatever team playbook that you want to, because you want to play a different style. But 2K's argument to that is that they don't want to see guys just abusing certain plays in the game. If you played 2K last year, pretty much was a standing dunk fest. If you played at a competitive level, just running plays that got you standing dunks and things like that, and just really was not fun to watch, wasn't fun to play. Oh my gosh. Very happy those days are over. But nonetheless, that's 2K's defense. They don't want to see guys using and abusing plays that teams wouldn't actually run in real life, running schemes or whatever you want to call it, or play types that teams just would never ever physically do, because they want to hold the simulation aspect true on here. So I can agree with them with that, and I have no issues with that. But as of right now, the way it is, the plays that are in your settings or in your online menu when you pause the game and actually just look at the plays, those are the plays that you're going to see when you call them. Now, one tip I got for you is that you can rearrange those plays, that your player play style. So, for instance, if you've got Westbrook and his first one's isolation and his next one's pick and roll or something like that, if you like another play a lot and that's the main play you want to run, you can actually change the order of that. So instead of going isolation, pick and roll, maybe change it to pick and roll and then isolation, or you can just go pick and roll if you have no interest in running those isolation plays. But either way, that's one helpful way you can get your play a little bit quicker. Instead of having to flip through two or three play call screens, it'll just be on the first one or maybe the second one, and it'll make it a lot quicker to get to that play, and you know, quicker to get to the play, quicker to call it, and you know, you'll be a little bit better off. As far as the other things that they patched up, I think the and one percentages are going to go down quite a bit. That's one thing they mentioned. They also fixed that 5-second inbound crazy glitch that they had, where the screen would go away from the inbounder and after the other team scored, and you would just get a 5-second inbounding violation because you would not be able to pass the ball. And even if you hit the pass button, they wouldn't pass it in because the camera was way over on the other side of the court. It was just a really ugly bug. They fixed that, so that's real big. So definitely a good thing there. They fixed a whole bunch of stuff with the other game modes, like the GM, the blacktop, the career, etc. So if you play those game modes, I personally don't at this moment, but if you do play those game modes, you know, check out the patch list. They got a bunch of stuff done for that, and they got a bunch of detailed breakdown as far as that goes. Now, a couple things I want to see patched in 2K. I'll talk about those at the end of the video. But other than that, man, I really want to talk about what are some of the better teams on the game right now with the rosters as they are. There's definitely a lot of good teams on the game. But in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I think the best 7 teams on the game right now, it kind of depends how you play the order that they're going to be. But the Heat, I still got them as 1. But the Heat, the Thunder, the Pacers, the Blazers, the Warriors, the Rockets, and the Knicks. The Knicks are kind of falling off. I don't know if they're a top team anymore, but they definitely were for a long time. But maybe they're still in there, depending upon how you play. But those, in my opinion, are the top 7 teams that are going to give you the best chance to win in 2K. And there's definitely still some really other good teams as well. 2K, a lot of times you can beat the better teams if you're a lot better player than your opponent. Now, if you're even and you guys are, kind of neck and neck, then it could come down to team, or it could just come down to play style and how matchups work and things like that. But generally speaking, if you're going to play in a tournament or you're going to be in a money game, then those teams are going to give you the best likelihood to win. So what do I think 2K post-patch? Now, I know a lot of guys have had some negative thoughts post-patch right away because there was a lot of issues right after the patch dropped, but a lot of those issues got worked out. But leave in the comments how y'all feel about the patch. Definitely curious to see how y'all feel about 2K post-patch and whatnot. Another thing I want to say is that if you play the other game modes, let me know how those patches worked out. I heard there were still some issues with some of them, but I'm not completely sure because I'm, not deep into my career or those types of game modes yet. So just let me know in the comments below how the patch is working out for you. Now, one thing I will want to say is that right now I feel like 2K is the best sports title on next gen. Combining graphics and combining gameplay, I think overall they're the best sports title now after this patch. And another thing I want to talk about is what I want to see patched in the future. 3 big issues, 2 of them offline issues. And when I say offline issues, it's just gameplay issues that are just in the game. It has nothing to do with lag or nothing like that. And then the last thing is the online lag and connection issues. So I want to see the connection be a lot smoother. We need to get some dedicated servers, man. I don't understand how 2K doesn't have dedicated servers at this point. But next year, man, we got to see some dedicated servers, man. It's crazy that we don't have that on the PS4 yet and the Xbox One. For the next-gen consoles, man, I really expect connection to not be an issue. That's always been an issue in 2K, and hopefully that's one that they can fix for next year. But as far as this year's game, what I want to see patched, as far as gameplay goes, is 2 main things. Really, it's just the offensive rebounds, which are completely overpowered. Your opponent gets way too many offensive rebounds. You get way too many offensive rebounds, and you just hope at the end of the day it balances out. But a lot of the times it doesn't. It usually favors one team quite a lot. And it doesn't matter if you play man defense, zone defense. Really want to see that improved, and I want to see user rebounding improve a little bit as well, so that when your guy goes up for it, you're not just getting out-jumped by the computer every single time. But that's just the rebounding aspect. I mean, you still got directional passing, but you can get used to that. You could use your icon passing to counteract that. But the last thing I would say is the fouls, and mainly the bailout fouls. When a guy drives into the lane and to 3 defenders and just forces it up and gets a foul, or if he gets it to his big man and his big man he just presses the shoot button because there's really no time left on the shot clock, and gets a bailout foul there. Would like to see that patched in the future as well. But that's pretty much going to wrap it up for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay in this video. Didn't get too much into tips. Really wanted to talk about the patch and talk about 2K in itself at this point post-patch. Very happy with the game, and definitely looking forward to playing a lot more games in the near future. We will get into some tips in the next video, so be on the lookout for that, and go ahead and drop a like. If you enjoyed this video and commentary here, be sure to subscribe for more 2K Madden and Battlefield in the near future. If you want to play me, feel free to add me. PSN is Give Me the Cookies. And until the next time, guys, we gone.